Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I got 3 stretches that I think people do wrong pretty regularly, and I want to give you guys some advice on how to do it right and get the most out of your stretching. Alright guys, for the first exercise we're going to do today to really maximize your flexibility and your stretching is in this forward lunge position. This is a pretty common technique people do all the time, especially in running. You'll see it a lot. But especially anybody who wants to really get um, their split warmed up, and really before you just drop into split, warm up your split, and just to get to the point where you can do a split, um, you're really going to want to work on this exercise. But the difference I want to point out, everybody typically focuses on driving this forward knee, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do. But what people don't really tend to pay attention to is this back heel right here. What I want you guys to do is drive this knee forward and drive that heel back. Ugh, I'm gonna lose my balance. But if you drive that heel back from compared to this, driving it back like this, you really increase the uh, the flexibility happening here, and you're going to see a lot more growth happening because by working on that leg, it also benefits this direction. You're going to benefit the opposite side of your leg by focusing on that heel. So if you do that little bit of a difference, I think you guys really appreciate the maximized effort you're going to get out of that. All right, guys. And the other exercise that I want to point out that a lot of people do wrong is the simple touching your toes. People touch your toes, and what people tend to do is they just fall forward and they typically bend at their lowest that they can, which is typically your lower back. But your back is of so many vertebrae. If you only focus on bending here, you're not really going to maximize the flexibility you have there. Instead, what I want you guys to do is act like you're rolling your spine up like a burrito. You're rolling it, starting here at your neck. Tuck the head, roll the back, starting up here, rolling all the way down, rolling all the way down. And ideally, you're going to be trying to get your head between your legs, starting with a rolling here. And especially those who are not quite flexible yet, you're going to really feel the tension happening all the way down your spine, which is exactly what you want when you're stretching. You want to feel that tension because you're focusing on loosening that. But if you don't activate the joint, you're not going to loosen it. And therefore, a lot of people get stuck with, I can't touch my toes. I can touch here, but look at my back. It's completely straight. I want you to roll that back. Once you roll that, compared to here, and you roll that back, now I'm palming the floor. So focus on that rolling your back, and you're going to see a lot of benefit in your flexibility. All right, guys, next. The third exercise I want you guys to focus on and change a little bit is just a sitting, touching your toes. Same touching your toes as before, but from a sitting position. A couple things I want to critique and change and have you pay attention to is a lot of people can't touch their toes yet, and they're here. They, a lot of times, in my history, I've seen people in class, in martial art, they just do this, and they do their best of like trying to stay up. And meanwhile, their immobility is kind of causing them to fall backwards a little bit. I want them, instead of just bouncing and trying to stay up and doing what they can, is to grab whatever you can grab. If it's only here, I want you to grab it and pull. Use your arm strength a little bit to help your back out a little bit. So we're not working on strength right now on the back, we're working on flexibility. So if you use your arms to help drive that back a little bit, you're going to start seeing quicker progression in your flexibility. So if you can't reach very far, start here, pull it down. If you can reach farther, it's going to be better. The farther you can reach and pull from, the better you're going to get. So if you're here, do that. If you're here, do that. If you're already touching your toes, start grabbing the bottom of your feet and pull them. And then just like I was doing right there, start lifting your heels up off the ground. That, if you haven't done that yet, you'll notice a big difference. You really start feeling it here in the tendons. It really start getting maximized flexibility by pulling your heels up off the ground and pulling your body back. So grab what you can. Don't just do this and this. you're not maximizing your flexibility and your time spent doing it. And then, kind of a second point, um, a lot of times we do this. This is great. This is really stretching here. But I want you to also to work on pushing your toes forward and then stretching. You're going to feel a lot of stretching happening up across the top. Most people don't do that. And if you push on it a little bit like this too, you're going to really see a difference. So try those three things. I think you're going to find a lot of benefit from just those three differences in those typical techniques. So thanks for coming, guys. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah.